They practically take place in parallel universes. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 differences between the Killing Eve books and the TV show. For this list, we're looking at the biggest differences from Luke Jennings' stories and the hit show Killing Eve. There will be some plot spoilers ahead for both. Number 10, Nadia.
I thought I'd never see you again.
You hoped.
I won't fight you.
Much of the second half of Season 1 follows Villanelle first joining her old flame Nadia on an assassination, then failing to kill her afterward. Villanelle has to infiltrate a Russian prison to kill Nadia for good. And it's clear Nadia, despite also being an assassin, is no match.
I could have shot you. In England, I could have shot you, but I didn't.
What did you tell her?
I told her to speak to Anna.
In the books, Nadia is replaced by a character named Lara, also an assassin and Villanelle's ex. But this time, they're an even match. Lara is just as proficient a killer as V, meaning taking her out is always going to be a risk for our favorite psychopath. And unlike Nadia, Lara remains a potential threat throughout.
Are you going to kill me? No. How?
Number 9, Eve's Coworkers. Most of Killing Eve's characters are likable, or at least enjoyable to watch, including Eve's colleagues, a cast that rotates from season to season.
Is Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box here somewhere, or...?
I'll put your head in a box.
But unfortunately, none of Eve's coworkers exist in the books. She has one colleague initially, Simon Mortimer, who plays a similar role to Bill in the show, though there is another character at MI5 bearing Bill's name.
Oh God, I'm going to die, aren't I? Daddy's going to die, isn't he?
Simon also gets killed for getting too close to Villanelle, and by extension the 12. Eve does get two replacements called Lance and Billy that she warms to eventually, but they're a far cry from characters like Kenny, Elena, Jess, and even Hugo.
I get it, seriously. I wanted this job for exactly the same reason that you did.
And what reason is that?
I didn't want to die of boredom.
Number 8, Eve and Villanelle on the run.
Why didn't you shoot Raymond?
You had it under control.
No,
The second book ends with Eve and Villanelle on the wrong side of the 12, and they need to disappear and go on the run together in order to survive. So far, nothing quite like this has happened in the show.
You're ruining the moment.
What do you think is happening here?
Eve may be on the 12's watch list for her continued investigations into them, and Villanelle might ultimately prove too unreliable for them to keep on. But it's still somewhat ambiguous. This isn't to say it couldn't happen one day, however. The two characters on the run together would definitely make for interesting viewing. Though, since this happens in the final book, it might have to wait until the final season. Number 7, Villanelle's backstory.
This is so boring!
In the show, Villanelle's identity remains an interesting mystery throughout the first season. While in the books, the audience knows pretty much everything about her from the get-go, and it's wildly different from the Villanelle in the show.
Is that me? My head really was bogus.
Her father was murdered by the Russian mafia after her mother died as a result of cancer likely resulting from the Chernobyl disaster.
Don't pretend you were an angel.
Don't pretend that you are a mother. Or a wife.
She attracted the attention of the 12 after getting her violent revenge on her father's killers. She's pulled out of prison by Konstantin and subjected to a brutal training regimen to turn her into a living weapon. And all the details are provided to the reader. Number 6, Anna and Villanelle. Villanelle's infatuation with her linguistics teacher Anna plays a big role in Season 1 and in creating her obsession with Eve. And Anna is certainly an important character to Villanelle in the books.
Well, she was a punctual student. She was very good at languages. She liked attention, and she castrated and murdered my husband. Would they have liked that?
However, while in the show it's eventually revealed that Anna and Villanelle were sleeping together, in the books, Anna consistently rejects her advances. She's also not married. The man Villanelle mutilates isn't Anna's husband, but rather a man who attacks her.
And then she was picked up by the police and arrested. And I lost my life.
In both cases, though, the Villanelle's penchant for extreme violence is what makes Anna turn her back on her.
Oksana.
Number 5. The 12 are less mysterious.
They call themselves the 12. And they knew everything about me.
The first novella opens with the 12 themselves, and we find out that their name is much more literal than you may otherwise assume.
I want the names of the 12.
They really are a group of 12 men who sit in a conference room together. They discuss who stands in the way of their interests and vote on which rivals should be assassinated.
Do you know why I love you, Villanelle? Because you're an agent of chaos. And I love chaos.
On the one hand, it makes the story more grounded to have a group of tangible villains, while on the other, it does make them a little lamer than they come across in the show, where everyone is potentially in their pocket.
I'll take Dasha.
Okay, but success is essential. Otherwise, what's the point of sending you and not Rianne?
Number 4. Konstantin Dies. Much like in the show, Villanelle is enlisted to join a squad of other elite assassins operated by the 12.
Let's face it, Villanelle. I'm a prick. And the only thing I'm waiting for is another prick to...
But in the books, they're not on a mission to take out a double agent. This time, they've been sent after Konstantin, who's found himself captured by a rival organization.
Are you faking it? Get up! Get up.
However, while Kim Bodnia's character is one of the best parts of the show, somehow able to keep surviving after frequent near-death experiences, we barely know Konstantin in the book.
You can't die on me now. How do I get the money? Where is the money?
I don't want to die.
I'll come back for you, I promise. But I need the money.
Rather than rescue him, it turns out that Villanelle's true mission was to kill him. She shoots him at close range, and we don't see him again.
I don't want to die.
Shut up. I don't want you to die either.
Number 3. Carolyn Martens. Along with everyone else Eve works with, Fiona Shaw's spy master is absent as well.
You smoke? No. Nor do I. Shame. Now it'd be good.
Another character tries to fill her shoes, Richard Edwards, though he's certainly no match for her. The books may have the 2 female leads, but there's definitely something missing without Carolyn.
What really happened in Paris? Why was Nadia's note addressed particularly to you? And why are you and Villanelle so interested in each other?
We don't get any hint of old trysts between MI6 and the KGB, and with Konstantin quickly killed off, that entire dynamic is completely gone.
Whether you work for us or not, she'll come for you. So what's it to be?
Edwards is, instead, just another well-educated man in a position of power, filling the world around Eve and Villanelle with forgettable men over memorable women.
Tell him I forced you to do it. It'll make it easier.
Number 2. Eve and Niko. By season 3, they're separated, with Niko even disappearing to Poland to try and escape the chaos Eve has brought into their lives. But things go markedly better for Eve and Niko in the books.
Hey.
Hey?
How was your day?
Though there's still the conflict of her being obsessive and working too much, he's no saint either. At one point buying pet goats for their small home without even consulting Eve.
Indian.
I love you.
At the end of the first book, they've reconciled, however, and he even helps her crack the password of a high-level double agent. It's surprising, but Book Niko is kind of a genius. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Eve doesn't stab Villanelle. The show's most iconic moment is certainly the first season climax when Eve stabs Villanelle in the gut while they lie in bed together.
That's rude.
Yeah.
This injury repeatedly features throughout season 2 as well, as they both deal with the fallout. Eve is traumatized by the belief she may have killed someone, while Villanelle is weak and vulnerable and needs to recover.
I'm coming out! I'm coming out!
But this just doesn't happen in the book. In fact, the first book passes without our 2 leads properly meeting.
She has gone.
Where?
Sure, Eve becomes obsessed with catching Villanelle, and Villanelle breaks into Eve's house. but they don't actually say a word to each other until much later, let alone maim each other.
Are you upset?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.